Hi, I recently played in a double up tournament hosted by Sandshrew for Prez with my friend Agent Avocado. And he happens to be the rank 1 player right now, so I thought that was funny. Um, but yeah, so we surely make an unstoppable team, right? Yeah, so um, for those that don't know double up, Jack, which is John Auto Chess, is where you play it. And Jack is a community server made by Tag, and Tag and Vimper basically worked on a lot of code in the back, with Avo making some suggestions, but very like 2% contribution type stuff. But he was basically trying to get, or they were basically trying to get double up to work like ported perfectly, basically like as though it is from TFT. So now we have it in John Auto Chess, and it may move to the main server. So we'll see, if that happens. But John Auto Chess is a really cool server. Lots of cool changes. Tag has lots of cool items, megas, like all sorts of cool stuff. So yeah, we're gonna see lots of shenanigans basically. Okay, so here are the tournament lobbies for match number 1. I see me and Avo, we're on a team. We see Thomas Lilac are in our bracket, very notable players. We see Strong Donk and Rise, Monty Mezumaru in a different bracket, thankfully. Tor and Sandshrew, obviously, Klein and Airy, Kaploop Tag, Nobody Chris, Bimby Maz. Lots of strong players, like, plenty of players who have won tournaments in regular pack before. Plenty of players who have a lot of players hit rank 1 on the leaderboard at some point. I think most of these players, like, I'm saying out loud, are notable because they've had lots of achievements, hit rank 1, won a tournament, did tons of stuff like that. So we know this is gonna be a fun tournament. It's gonna be kind of exciting. Now, I'm gonna skim through most of these games. The full games are on my Twitch VOD, so if you want to watch them, you can. Unfortunately, again, my teammate's audio is cut out, so I'm just gonna make this in a little bit like a storytelling format. Just gonna yap. I say what's on my mind. So you'll notice that my T10 was Tapu Fini. I skipped forward to around stage 12 here, and in the first game, I got an Eevee, which I sent to my teammate and got it sent back. Now you can't do this anymore. This is something Tag changed later on to nerf the strategy a little bit. But my strategy mainly was to play a lot of Psychic and use it to generate lots of unknowns and lots of resources so my teammate can do whatever he wants. We were basically thinking that Fairy, Psychic, Amorphous, Rock, Ice, Rock Ice, Rock Ghost, like lots of rock variants could be really strong. So we had lots of stuff, and this was basically going according to plan. First game, my partner decided to play Fairy, so we're just Psychic and Fairy, just basic, basic comps. We know that Thomas likes to play some Ice and stuff. We know that Lilac likes to play a lot of Fairy, so we might be contested a little bit. I picked Fini because I might end up doing the Psychic Fairy variant where you'd use Fini to generate mana for something like Chansey. So hopefully we can, that plan pays out, or I was hoping that plan would pay out. Now, we skip forward a little bit more. As luck would have it, I do hit a Chansey at some point. I had enough Dittos to copy it, and then now I'm on a board that's super stable with Chansey and Cresselia, which is also Fairy type. And yeah, and I put Clear Amulet on my Chansey along with the Shiny Charm and Psystone. This is something I talked about with Avo a lot, or planned about with Avo a lot, where you can get really fast casts using Shiny Charms, and the mana generated from Tapu Fini should be very powerful to be able to grant Chansey more shields. When you're protected, you can't actually gain mana, so that's a weird quirky mechanic. But this game looks pretty locked out from this point because our comp, or my comp, looks really incredibly strong. And Avo is also in a really good spot because I believe he hit Floette Eternal, and the mon was not nerfed at this point, I believe. So Floette Eternal, what it does is it has a Mega Evolution on Tag server, and it blasts for 200, 300 damage ratios. It's quite insane. Now he nerfed it so that it still blasts high ratios, but it cuts his health by 75% each time it blasts. It used to cut it by 50, so it'd be really big while doing the blasting. Yeah, you can see there's a Mega Pokemon showing up on my board right now. You see one-shot 2 Pokemon, that's kind of crazy, right? So yeah, we were in a really good spot coming into this, stage 20 in the lobby, and there's not really a lot of problems, I guess. we kind of figured that like we would be able to clear the lobby alongside Thomas and Lilac, because I felt like us four were like the strongest players, clearly. Like no offense to like the other people in our group, but it was kind of like yeah, it's kind of like that. Another funny part about the people in our group, we had a sub show up because I believe Astral like overslept or whatever, missed the check-in. So we had to pull in a sub, and thankfully we got to pull in a sub, or else we wouldn't be able to play. And Leaf was able to sub in and fill for Astral spot there. Alright, so I'm gonna skip forward even more, and you know, wrapping up the first game, we were able to take the win. Thomas was playing Ice, Lilac was playing Fairy, like they do, and then yeah, and then we take the win with Psychic Fairy, so we were doing, you know, pretty good. And we move into our second game here, and the second game is where it gets a little bit spicy, or it got a little bit spicy for us. And this is our second lobby. Now, if you look at this lobby, this just looks like either like a 1250 lobby or like tournament finals. Like you can see like it's got Maz, Torque, Sandshrew, Donk, like all, like, you know, a lot of strong players, right? So we know this is gonna be a fun game already. So going into it again, we're gonna stick with our strategy. Me Psychic, Avo, play some Flex AD, keep up the tempo so I can greed for our econ and we can basically cover each other's expenses. I'm basically the farmer, so yeah, unfortunately I don't open like a Psychic start here, but you know, despite not having the EV and not having the stone, I do have a Ralts region, and I can still angle towards Psychic and get this early game through. And what's nice about Double Up is that you can actually ask your partner for components if you need them. So I'm just basically asking Avo for a lot of the AP components, see if I can get into one of those comps, and then we can kind of help each other get to where we need to be, basically. So yeah, I'm gonna speed through here really quickly. Okay, and I'm gonna show you guys one of my main strategies here, and you can use this in your games if you would like to. This is one of the main strategies. It's called a Psychic Rolldown. A Psychic Rolldown is basically when you roll down for unknowns on stage 10 so that you can get the maximum value on these value unknowns. Now obviously sometimes you might low roll. In this situation I got two unknown O's, an A, and a W. W is good for value. O and A not so much. We got a V as well, we got a T as well. T is decent for value but not the greatest. You would get, you know, you would like to get some D, E, F, G, some of the good ones. Those that don't know, the unknown pool is much stronger before stage 10, so you want to get this in before stage 10. And you can get like many unknowns by doing a Psychic Rolldown. You want to have Psychic 3 or 5 in, so that you can cater your number and you go every 5 or every 3 stages depending which one you're doing. So yeah, very important. Anyway, so a Psychic Rolldown, you know, but like it kind of backfired here, but you know, we at least got to do it, and that's one of the main strategies, is that we get this value off of this, and I can also hold units and stuff while we're doing this. So I can see like it's Soldier P, which is a very powerful Pokemon in pack, in Jack. Sorry, it's also powerful pack, but it's in powerful in Jack because it gives you luck in Jack. Very cool. And I pull up to the portal, and I have lots of cool options here. I send the Soldier P to my partner because he can use it, and I see that we have, you know, like Lottie's, Sigalith, Azelf, Spinda. All these are very valid options, and I would you know, I played many games where I considered any of these. Now I end up picking the Sigalith because like, since we're trying to play a tournament, I'm gonna play the safest option here, and I believe in Sigalith's ability to hold through the mid game, especially because we're win streaking early. Notice we're both on 100 HP, so I'm gonna skip through this a little bit more to get to a critical like point in the game here. Okay, so here I jumped a little bit towards where we had our gift, and you notice that I have a Swadloon, a Psychic Swadloon on my board. This is actually like, unlike regular pack, this Pokemon is actually an Ultra on Jack, and this is like the Swadloon from the past. Apparently, so it used to be an Ultra, and it did lots of damage. So Avocado was able to find one, so I was able to double diddle it and have a Swadloon. So this is a point where we're very powerful, and we take the fight win because of that. And I'm trying to, send some resources back to Avo, so we picked the epic rarity bundle to give him a unit here, so that he can maybe make his board a bit stronger. He's playing normal here, and we're against a lot of like strong Amorphous boards and stuff this lobby, so we were against some really strong late game oriented boards. Now I'm gonna fast forward even more. So this is the point where me and Avo made kind of a decision to focus on my board so that I can keep up. So I have a Levani 45 gold unit, like a 3-star ultra, very powerful, able to basically one-shot like any unit basically. And then I'm able to beat Donk's board, but I'm not actually the strongest board in the lobby. I'm actually the second strongest board in the lobby, because the strongest board in the lobby was Rise's board, and Rise had a board that was Amorphous with like 10 traits, I believe, something crazy, Amorphous 7, and with Ghost at 6 active. So as you can see, I'm teching for it by making a clear amulet on my carries, so that it would get Rune Protect, but even then it's just not enough. And yeah, and I'm trying to run like Chansey, but I'm gonna let this play out, play through here. I believe I fight him this fight. Yeah, and you'll see, like, despite having this massive like 45 gold unit with whatever, it's just CC'd permanently, like can't rip through his front line. This board is complete like mad work. Amorphous is kind of overpowered in the John Auto server. If like I've gotten like boards with like Amorphous 7, Electric 7. It just has like one of the most ridiculous scaling. But as you can see, we top 4 this lobby, so we actually pass to the next stage. So I'm gonna skip over to round 3 here, which is the finals. Okay, so yeah, we placed first in our first lobby, placed second in our second lobby, and now we're against Rise and Donk again. And this time for reals. This time, whoever wins this round takes the tournament. And we also have Skylander, Fridge, and the other people who have made it to the final round. So, they also cleared the lab roof of other strong players. So we're in the top bracket here. Now, everything, is like everything actually matters now, basically. Like, it didn't matter before, but like if we don't top 1 here, we don't win the tournament. We gotta win the tournament, because obviously for the vibes, for the vibes is like kind of a meme that it's like kind of an inside joke, like meme between like Tag and stuff. If you say for the vibes, that's like Tag language. But yeah, no, we had to win for the vibes, so we had to do it. And so we were, I was, again, gonna try to take the same strategy that we've been playing the other 2 games, but this time it's different. This time I didn't get Psychic Pokemon, and I don't have a Psychic Region, and I have nothing, and I have Graveler. So I'm gonna fast forward here to round 10, see, how I approach this here. Okay, so as you can see, I decided to play in the Fairy. The reason I decided to play in Fairy is because I have a lot of Binding Bands. You see, I made a loaded dice, and I made Fluffy Tail. I believe that those are very powerful items in Fairy, because I'm able to stack my luck, and then there's an item called Destiny Knot, which can send my luck to my highest, or my strongest Pokemon. Basically, able to abuse like Fairy stabs with like 100% luck rate. So I'm like, but unfortunately I don't have, I know sometimes I play Fairy alongside Psychic because they have a lot of cross synergy, and with Ralts region you can even overlap them more. But because I don't have 5 Psychics here, you notice I can't play the Psychic reroll, so I can't generate resources for my teammate, and that's a big deal because, like basically Avo has been used to me like printing resources for him, and this game we didn't get that. And the other thing too is Avo didn't hit anything either. Like he got like nothing. So you notice we're bottom lobby. Last game we were top lobby. Now we're just bottom lobbying this lobby. And we got nothing. But I hit like 2 powerful Pokemon. I have Uxie and Mimikyu. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, which one is stronger? Is Uxie stronger? Is Mimikyu stronger? Is Uxie stronger? Is Mimikyu stronger? What am I supposed to do? I'm pretty sure, knowing me, I take the Uxie every single time. And I do. Because the Uxie is the fries in the bag. That Mon generates money every single turn for your team, and it's very powerful. Now Mimikyu is also very powerful because it's a ghost, so it has automatic dodge rate. So if I put like the Fluffy Tail and stuff on it, it'll dodge like crazy if I have Ghost too, and it'll like, dodge everything. But the thing is, like, I want to take the win, and I want to generate, like, money, and I'm very used to the Psychic line, especially when I have Mime Jr. already. So I can, I'm going to pick the Yuxi here. And Avo, he's playing an interesting comp. He actually is playing Monster here. I'm going to skip forward a little bit. And my partner is playing Monster 8. Now, I'm not sure, I haven't played a lot of Monster and Jack. I wasn't sure what Avo was doing, and I think that maybe made it hard. Because if I knew how, how to play Monster, I would have, been able to support it a little bit better. I didn't know, what Mons exactly we were looking for, except for, he said we were looking for Alligator. He's trying to get the Mega for Alligator, which is a big deal. And I'm against Rise's, Ice board over here. As you can tell over Avo's board. He's playing Monster 8, Rock 4 with the Feraligatr stuff. And, being countered here is really bad for me. And I have perfectly normal fairy setup, nothing too fancy, just fairy 8 luck stacking. And so I'm gonna skip forward a little more here. Now you'll notice that me and Avo are at the bottom lobby, or bottom of the lobby, with 26 HP around stage 20. And the problem is that we're both playing scaling comps. Avo's playing Monster, which is a scaling comp, and it needs a Mega to work. And I need a reroll early. But I'm playing Fairy, which is a comp that likes to play scaling, but really late into the game. So right now, I'm at my strongest point basically. I was really weak in the upcoming stages, or the stages upcoming to this. But once I have this Cresselia, once I have this Destiny Knot set up on my Pokemon, I'm really strong. And I find actually my two Feraligatrs here. And if I had known how to play Monster better, I'd probably have just diddled this and just sent the Totodile over to him. I just decided to what's it called? I this is a me punt here. I put it in a dojo because I'm stupid. Yeah, whoops. Sorry, Avo. If you're watching this, sorry. But yeah, no, I punt here because I didn't realize how important it is for him to get the Mega Totodile online as soon as possible here. So here, I'm just stacking up my Cresselia. Or basically once my Mon dies, I can never lose these fights because my Cresselia is basically untouchable, whereas my Yuxi is just whacking them in the backline, and they're both gaining HP as they're going, and then Cresselia heals based on percent health, so I don't end up losing a fight after stage 20 because my board is just way too strong. But the issue is they're able to kill me through Avo's board because I just didn't support it enough. I didn't usually again I usually play the scaling board. I'm not used to him playing the scaling board. So in this situation, I didn't know what he needed for his scaling board to work because I just didn't understand the Mon, and it's just it's kind of the issue with one of the problems, I guess, if you're playing double up is you gotta just low key play your partner's board and your board at the same time. If you don't know both boards, then you're not gonna be strong. Basically, it's not gonna work. All right, so I'm gonna show the final rounds leading to the end of the tournament here. As you can see, Rise and Donk have incredible amount of HP. The lobby was incredibly close. You see everyone else is at 6, 4, 3 HP. And we're, on our last leg here. I am in a spot where I have my cash out here. I have Togetic. So my luck is through the roof. Because in Jack, Togetic has plus 20 luck aura. And my comp is incredibly strong. But the issue is I was neglecting my partner's board again. Like I was saying earlier, I just didn't understand how it worked. I didn't know what it took to get online. So we have the Feraligatr at this point, but it's too late. It has to Mega. In order to Mega, it needs to get 20 kills, which is way too many kills at this point, especially with Donk being so powerful. And I clear this board super fast, but Donk's board is a field board. It's so aggressive. I can't teleport to help Avo's board. If I could, then I would be able to help him out because my Cresselia has 100% dodge rate. It cannot be damaged. With the power of the Yuxi backing it up and all that HP it heals back, it's basically unkillable. So if I was able to come over and help his board, we would survive and we would be able to maybe get take our second here, maybe survive one more round. But we're dead. So yeah, we had a lot of fun in the tournament. And obviously, despite the fact that, we, Avo just randomly pulled out the monster in the last second, had a lot of fun. He had a lot of fun, and I honestly think it's because I didn't understand, the comp well enough. And obviously, Avo, we didn't really communicate this very well. So yeah, I mean, it's double up. It's a team game, you know. It's like you gotta communicate your strategies. These are the final standings, or the final boards, and you see like Donk had a really high roll. Donk and Rise practice a lot, so they kind of deserve it. They're very strong players. Yeah. Thank you for watching the video. Hopefully, I see you guys on the John Auto Chess, and hopefully, me and Alpha get to play against you guys. I'll be streaming it a lot, so tap in.